Right now, most SUV shoppers are throwing away money. They drop $40,000 to $55,000 on a vehicle that loses 40% of its value in 3 years. So, poof, gone. But you don't need to spend that much to get something great. Some of the smartest buys are sitting right at or under $35,000, and they're beating SUVs that cost $20,000 more. Today, I'm counting down 5 SUVs under $35,000 in 2026 that are absolute gold mines. Real reliability data, real resale value, real safety scores, no fluff. Just research. New here? Hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Let's get into it. Number 5, the Subaru Forester. Here is what most buyers think when they hear the Subaru Forester. They think safe choice. They think practical, maybe a little boring, something your aunt drives. And that perception is costing a lot of people real money because they are overlooking one of the most intelligent purchases available in 2026. On paper, the Forester looks conservative. Starting price around $29,500 for the base trim, with the premium sitting around $32,000. Well within our $35,000 ceiling. Modest styling, sensible interior, nothing flashy. You're not going to turn heads at a stoplight. You're not able. And here's where things get interesting. Because everything that seems like a weakness is actually where the Forester earns its money back. Every single 2026 Forester comes standard with Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive. Not optional, not an upgrade, not something you pay extra for. Standard. That alone is a significant value play when you consider that most competitors in this price range charge you anywhere between $1,400 and $2,000 to add AWD. Subaru just gives it to you. Now, let's talk about what Subaru's EyeSight driver assist technology has actually done for Forester owners. According to real crash data, EyeSight has been documented to reduce rear-end crashes with injuries by 85%. That is not a marketing number. That is the kind of figure that affects your insurance premium, your family safety, and your long-term cost of ownership in ways that do not show up on the window sticker. The IIHS gave the Forester its top safety pick designation, and NHTSA backed that up with excellent crash scores. IC Cars, which analyzes over 312 million vehicles to calculate real-world reliability, gave the Subaru Forester a reliability rating of 8.0 out of 10, making it the most reliable crossover SUV under $35,000 on their entire platform. That is not average, that is exceptional. And for 2026, Subaru added something that changes the game for this model. A new hybrid powertrain using a Toyota-derived system, which means you're getting Toyota's hybrid engineering inside a Subaru body. Standard AWD, Toyota hybrid reliability, IIHS safety scores, all under $35,000. If you are in a cold climate or you just want a vehicle that will still be running at 200,000 miles without drama, the Forester is not boring. The Forester is exactly what smart money looks like. The verdict: a safety weapon and a long-term ownership goldmine disguised as the most ordinary SUV on the road for the Hyundai Tucson Hybrid. Most people walking into a Hyundai dealership in 2026 do not realize they are about to get one of the best warranty deals in the entire automotive industry, regardless of brand, regardless of price. Let me be very specific about this. When you buy a 2026 Hyundai Tucson Hybrid, you get a 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and a 10-year, 100,000-mile hybrid battery warranty. Competitors like Toyota and Honda offer 3 years bumper-to-bumper and 5 years on the powertrain. Hyundai gives you more than 3 times the basic coverage of most rivals. That is not a small difference. Over the life of a vehicle, that kind of warranty backstop is worth thousands of dollars in potential repair costs, and it protects the resale value of the vehicle in ways that buyers often do not calculate until after they have made a different choice. Now, here's the contrast you need to understand about the Tucson Hybrid. On paper, when you look at it next to the Toyota RAV4 or the Honda CR-V, Hyundai's brand reputation historically sits a little lower on the reliability perception scale. Some buyers hesitate because of that, but here's the brutal reality. The 2026 Tucson Hybrid is a dramatically different vehicle from the Hyundai products of 10 years ago. According to Car Confection's expert analysis, the Tucson boasts some of the best technology in the segment and is one of the largest in terms of rear seat space and cargo capacity, rivaling numbers from the much more expensive Honda CR-V. Pricing on the Tucson Hybrid starts at a point that fits comfortably under our $35,000 ceiling. The interior is tech-forward in a way that feels genuinely premium. The hybrid system shared with the Kia Sportage Hybrid delivers 38 miles per gallon, combined in AWD configuration, which beats several competitors when you compare like drivetrains. One owner who picked up a Tucson Hybrid said this: "I went in expecting to be upsold into a gas trim. I drove the hybrid and could not go back. That is the Tucson Hybrid experience. It gives you more than you expect, and the warranty means that if something goes wrong, and statistically it probably won't, Hyundai has your back for a decade." The verdict? The best warranty in the business wrapped around one of the most underestimated hybrid SUVs under $35,000. If you are a family buyer who wants long-term financial protection, this is your vehicle. Band, if you are getting real value from this video so far, go ahead and hit that like button. It takes 2 seconds, it costs you nothing, and it is the single best way to let YouTube know this kind of research deserves to reach more people. Now let's keep going. Number 3, the Honda CR-V Hybrid. There is a reason the Honda CR-V has been one of the best-selling compact SUVs in America for years. And in its 2026 hybrid form, it's not just good. It's genuinely one of the most well-rounded purchases under $35,000 in any vehicle category. RepairPal, which tracks actual repair frequency and severity across real ownership data, gives the Honda CR-V a 4.5 out of 5 reliability rating. That ranks it number 6 out of 29 compact SUVs. The Honda brand as a whole is known for vehicles that last, low maintenance costs, durability, and longevity that outlasts most of the competition. Now, here's what makes the CR-V Hybrid specifically compelling. In 2026, Honda added a new Trail Sport trim level for this year. And while that gets attention for its rugged styling and all-terrain tires, the real story is what Honda has done inside this vehicle. The CR-V offers more cargo space than the Toyota RAV-C, the Chevrolet Equinox, the Kia Sportage, and the Subaru Forester. That's not Honda's marketing team talking. That's what the measurements say. Up to 106 cubic feet of total passenger volume, 41.3 inches of front leg room. This is a genuinely spacious vehicle for the price. The 2026 CR-V Hybrid's fuel economy figures are class competitive at 43 miles per gallon combined in front-wheel drive configuration and 37 miles per gallon combined with AWD. And while those numbers do trail the completely redesigned 2026 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid, which we'll talk about in a moment, the CR-V makes up for it with one of the most comfortable and refined interiors in its class, handling that Edmunds describes as nimbler than most rivals, and Honda's well-documented reputation for building vehicles that run well past 200,000 miles without major mechanical drama. Here's something real for you. One Honda CR-V Hybrid owner who purchased in late 2024 wrote that they averaged over 42 miles per gallon in mixed driving without any hypermiling effort. Current fuel prices, that's the difference between spending $1,800 a year on gas and spending $2,800 a year. That $1,000 annual difference compounds across 5 years of ownership into $5,000 that stays in your pocket. Money that effectively reduces the real cost of the vehicle to well under its sticker price. The verdict: the most livable, most practical, most space-efficient hybrid SUV under $35,000. Smart money for family buyers who want reliability backed by decades of Honda engineering. Number 2, the Kia Sportage Hybrid. Wait until you hear what Kia is offering here. Because on paper, this looks like a perfectly reasonable compact hybrid SUV. In reality, this vehicle is one of the most aggressive value plays in the entire automotive market right now, and most shoppers are walking right past it. Let's start with the basics. The 2026 Kia Sportage Hybrid starts at $30,290. That is your entry point. In its base LX trim with front-wheel drive, it returns 42 miles per gallon combined. A turbocharged 1.6-liter four-cylinder engine paired with two electric motors delivers a combined 232 horsepower. That is the most horsepower of any hybrid compact SUV in its class, and Kia calls it class-leading not because of marketing, but because the publicly available data confirms it. Now, here is where things get truly staggering. The 2026 Sportage Hybrid was named a 2025 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus. That is the highest safety designation that IIHS awards, not Top Safety Pick Plus. NHTSA gives it a 5-star overall rating. You're looking at a $30,000 vehicle with the highest safety credentials in the segment. But here is the kicker, the warranty. Kia covers the 2026 Sportage Hybrid with a 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty compared to 3 years from Toyota and Honda. The powertrain is covered for 10 years or 100,000 miles. And the hybrid battery itself is also covered for 10 years or 100,000 miles. Kia also includes 5 years of roadside assistance. A competing brand's dealer told a Sportage shopper, "You'd have to spend $20,000 more to get that kind of warranty coverage anywhere else." That is not an exaggeration. Inside, the 2026 Sportage Hybrid comes standard with Kia's dual panoramic 12.3-inch displays, a setup that until very recently was reserved for vehicles costing $50,000 or more. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard. The cabin quality, according to both Edmunds and Cars.com reviewers, feels genuinely premium, not in a compensating for the price way, but in a way that makes the $30,000 sticker feel like a mistake on Kia's part. The resale value sits at about average for the class, which is honest. It is not Toyota. But factor in the lower purchase price, the 42 miles per gallon fuel economy, the decade-long warranty backstop, and the $625 to $965 in real-world negotiation savings that Edmunds confirms, buyers are achieving below MSRP right now, and the total cost of ownership picture is remarkable. The verdict: if you walked into any dealership in America today and spent $30,290, you could not get more SUV per dollar than this. The Kia Sportage Hybrid is not just a smart choice. It's the kind of value that makes every other decision in the segment look expensive. And now number one, this one is going to land differently than you expect because the SUV sitting at number one is not a surprise model that flew under the radar. It's the best-selling passenger vehicle on the planet. And for 2026, Toyota did something so bold that the entire automotive press had to stop and reconsider everything they thought they knew about it. Number one, the 2026 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. Here's what makes this number one and not just number two or number three. For 2026, Toyota eliminated the gas-only RAV4 entirely. Every single 2026 RAV4 sold in the United States is now a hybrid. That is not a trim level. That is not an option. That is the entire lineup. Hybrid from the ground up with a starting price of $33,350. Edmunds gave the redesigned 2026 RAV4 8.1 out of 10. U.S. News & World Report scores it 8.3 out of 10. Consumer Reports covered the full redesign and called it a smart evolution across every key area. And here is the headline number. The 2026 RAV4 Hybrid achieves 44 miles per gallon combined in its front-wheel drive configuration, 48 in the city, 42 on the highway. That makes it the most fuel-efficient crossover in the compact SUV segment, hybrid or otherwise. It beats the CR-V Hybrid's best of 40 miles per gallon combined. It beats the Sportage Hybrid's all-wheel drive rating of 35. According to Kelley Blue Book, even the off-road focused Woodland Edition trim with its all-terrain tires still returns 38 miles per gallon combined. That is extraordinary, but the fuel economy is only part of the story. The reason the RAV6 sits at number 1 is what happens after you buy it. According to AutoEdge analysis, RAV6 owners who sell or trade in after 3 to 4 years not consistently recoup far more of their original purchase price than competing vehicles. The RAV6 has been documented to hold value at a rate that places it among the very top of compact SUVs for resale. Toyota vehicles overall rank among the highest resale values in the business, and the RAV6 leads that group. That means $33,350 today could still be worth $24,000 or more 3 years from now, while a competing brand's $40,000 SUV might be worth $22,000 in the same time frame. You do not just pay less to own a RAV6, you lose less the entire time you own it. The redesigned 2026 RAV6 also comes with Toyota Safety Sense 4.0 standard across every trim, pre-collision system with pedestrian and cyclist detection, lane departure alert, automatic high beams, and more. All models receive a standard 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster and a 10.5-inch touchscreen at minimum, with a 12.9-inch display available on higher trims. Toyota's connected services suite includes over-the-air update capability. This is not last-generation technology. This is current flagship-level technology in a vehicle that starts at $33,350. The RAV6 is not the most exciting drive in the segment. Edmunds noted that the ride is a bit less refined than expected, and rivals with turbocharged engines feel sportier. The brakes showed some unevenness in panic stops. If you want drama and edge, this is not your vehicle. But drama doesn't hold its value. Drama doesn't get you 44 miles per gallon. Drama doesn't come with Toyota's legendary build quality and one of the strongest resale value stories in automotive history. One RAV6 owner who tested the XLE model averaged 42.7 miles per gallon in mixed real-world driving without any intentional effort to conserve fuel. At average American fuel, that translates to roughly $900 saved per year compared to the average non-hybrid compact SUV. Over a 5-year ownership period, that's $4,500 in your pocket. The resale value advantage, and you're looking at a vehicle that effectively costs thousands less per year to own than its sticker price suggests. The world's best-selling passenger vehicle redesigned from the ground up, hybrid only, 44 miles per gallon. Toyota's legendary reliability, under $35,000. That's not just a gold mine. That's the definition of smart money in 2026. The verdict: the RAV6 Hybrid is the SUV you buy when you stop paying for a badge and start buying engineering, long-term value, and the kind of ownership experience that is still worth something 5 years from now. So there it is. 5 SUVs under $35,000 that are genuine gold mines in 2026. The Subaru Forester for safety and all-weather reliability.